My name's Hughes, and I'm the general manager at Bowman Industries. I've been here for 20 years now, and I'm actually from Texas. I was born in South Texas. I moved when I was 10 years old to San Angelo, and I've been here ever since. Went to ASU college here, got my master's, both my bachelor's and master's from Angelo State, and then came to work here and been here 20 years, and hopefully I don't have to go anywhere else. We do everything that we possibly can to make the wool world go. The main thing is wool scouring, so that comes first. You know, we started warehousing a lot of wool for other companies that are buying and shipping wool. But number one is wool scouring. We have to make sure that that's done right, that the quality's done. We're big on quality. We try to make sure that everything we do for people is done right. So there's only 13 guys here. It's all on a rather personal level. You can go around and talk to everybody right quick and make sure everybody's doing all right. You know which teams are pulling for in football and all that. We're all a close-knit kind of group. 4 of us have been here 20 years or longer. There is only 2 commercial scouring plants left in the United States. There's Chargier's in Jamestown, South Carolina, and then Bowman Industries here in San Angelo. It's not a head-to-head competition. I guess there is some competition because there's only 2 of us left, but they're a top-making facility, and they do more worsted type wools, and we do more woolen type stuff. So, it's never been a head-to-head battle as far as I'm concerned. We buy wool here, we resell it, we store it, we repackage it. Basically, we've just tried to do whatever the industry needs. We've tried to, service that in some form or fashion. Well, I would say between March and July, 90% of our wool shows up in that time frame. It comes in, everything's got a mark on it. If it doesn't, if it's coming straight from a ranch, we'll weigh it and core it here. Then it stays in the warehouse. Throughout the year, you just have to start scheduling. Pendleton Woolen Mills is our largest customer. So I know how much wool they're gonna need a month. So I set aside scouring space to meet their needs. And then, there's other contracts that we know are coming through, but there's always, you always get calls of, hey, can you slide this in? It's a variable thing, and it's, nothing in the scouring industry happens quick. You try to set a schedule to where you can maintain production, but you try to leave a window to help people out if you need to. But once the wool's staying here, somebody gives us an order, we start laying that wool up on the ground and try to get as much of it down as we can to make sure it's evenly spread out. And then when we start washing that wool, it goes through the scouring process. And the scouring process is, it sounds really simple. You try to open it up and get as much dirt out of it as you can before it ever hits the water. The scouring train is a 6-bowl and/or scouring train from New Zealand. And, basically your first 3 bowls are trying to wash it. Soap goes into the first 3 bowls, and then your last 3 bowls are rinsing the wool back out, and then it goes into a dryer. The water temperature, it varies, but most of the time it's going to start about 180 degrees in your first bowl, and by the time you get to the end, it's going to be about 120. We don't use any harsh chemicals at all. It's just simply soap. We use linear alcohol soaps. That seems to be the most environmental friendly, and everybody, it meets all regulations. It goes through a 6-bowl process. It's dried. We leave, on average, about 12% moisture in it. It goes through the dryer. And then we dust it. We've got multiple pieces of dusting equipment to try to get all the vegetable matter out that we can. Once it goes through the dusters, we bale it, weigh it, and it's ready to go on the truck. We also try to capture wool grease. That turns into lanolin. A lot of people, it amazes me how many tours we do, and you tell them wool grease, and they don't have any idea that it's going to turn into lanolin, something that they might, smear on their face or use in a cosmetic product. But that is captured for several reasons. One, to try to clean up your water so you can use your water longer, you've got to get the grease out because that's what you're trying to get off the wool. And it's a product that we can sell and create some revenue with. So, 15 years ago, we wouldn't do such small batches. But, that's where it's going, and you've got to be flexible to stay, to keep operating. We wash, on an average day, about 17,000 pounds. We typically wash between 3 and 4 million pounds. We've washed as much as 9 million pounds in a year. It varies. We're set up, basically where we run 12-hour days because it's more efficient for us to shut it off and then, just have one crew come back and run a 12-hour shift. Right now, we're currently running that 5 days a week. That keeps us steady. That's a day in the life at the mill, I guess.